Good evening.
Hi, John.
Hello, Glenn. Hi, Renata.
So how's work, John? What's new?
You know, despite it all, super busy, super busy. Working with your possibly your former associates from Salter, trying to do
Yeah.
a little mitigation work at a project in Pleasant Hill.
Okay.
The neighbors don't like the HVAC noise, but technically it meets the requirements. So we may
Yeah.
exceed the requirements just to be good neighbors.
Hi, Armin.
Hi, Armin.
So we do have a quorum, and the Zoom, or rather the YouTube channel, will be used by the city council tonight, so we will not be streaming live on YouTube.
Okay.
So once we hit 7 o'clock, we're free to start.
Let's see, what do I have? 2 minutes. Okay, I have 7 o'clock. So this is the Design Review Commission meeting for Wednesday, September 29th. First item on the agenda is roll call. I am the chair, Glenn Cass, present. Armin,
Present.
John,
Here.
okay, and Eugene and Kristen are absent for this evening. Next item is adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda, or do we have any revisions?
I'll move to adopt it.
Thank you, John.
Nice second.
Thank you, Armin. All in favor, say aye. Glenn is aye. John,
Aye.
Armin,
Aye.
thank you. Next item is public comments. This would be items that are not on the agenda tonight within our purview. Do we have anything, Renata? Any raised hands or?
Sure, if you would like to make a public comment for items not on the agenda, please use the raise your hand function on the bottom of your screen, or press *9 if you're calling in. There are no hands raised.
Okay, thank you. Next item is consent calendar. We have minutes of meeting for August 25th. All three of us were in attendance at that meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt these minutes, or do I have revisions?
Sorry, were the minutes distributed along with the rest of the packet?
They're on the agenda. If you just click on the link for the minutes, yes.
Okay, I think I missed that. I apologize. I did not realize they were there.
Okay. I'm
Armin?
not sure what we do.
I think we can continue it
can
to bring
continue.
it back.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's continue it. Do we have a motion to continue and bring it back at the next?
I guess that's on me. Yes, please.
Okay, and do I have a second on that,
I
Armin?
second that.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Glenn is aye. John?
Aye.
Armin?
Aye.
Thank you. No study sessions tonight. The next item is a continuation of the public hearing for the Vaughn land property. And Renata is our staff member tonight. Can you bring us up to date? Thank you.
Sure thing. Just one moment, please. Okay. Good evening, commissioners. Before the commission again tonight is application HDP 05-21, which is a phase 2 Hillside development permit application for a new single family residence on a vacant unaddressed parcel in the Hillside overlay district on Vaughn Road. Secondary applications include a tree permit for removal of 14 protected trees and a grading permit to move 400 cubic yards of earth. Tonight, staff will summarize the comments provided by the commission at the August 25th meeting and review the materials provided by the applicant. Staff finds the proposed development complies with the applicable guidelines and can make all of their required findings to recommend approval for the project. Staff recommends the commission review the project, conduct a public hearing, and adopt design review commission resolution 2021-13, approving the project subject to conditions. At the August 25th meeting, where the project was first introduced, the commission was supportive of the height, massing, siding, and overall architectural style and design of the residence. The commission did request the applicant provide sections showing adjacent structures and landscaping to demonstrate the relationship between the proposal and neighboring properties, as well as the heights of the proposed retaining walls and landscaping to assess potential visibility of the retaining walls from Vaughn Road. The commission also recommended the applicant consider modifications to the proposed plantings to incorporate species that have greater availability at this time. In response to commission comments, the applicant provided 3 site sections extending across adjacent properties. The site sections of the project area showed the significant distance and topographical change between the project and neighboring residences. The residential design guidelines seek building sites that respect the privacy and views of existing adjacent residences, which is achieved in this project by using site topography and the existing and proposed vegetation to block views of the structure from those neighboring properties. The least significant grade change is shown in section 2 between 3338 Vaughn Road and the new residence. Staff finds a number of factors sufficiently mitigate potential privacy impacts, including the 6-foot grade change between the properties, as well as the 2 existing oaks that will block views of the residence. Further, the closest portion of the proposed residence to that neighbor is the garage, which has no windows facing 3338 Vaughn Road and will likely have limited occupancy. Staff finds this topographic change combined with the existing proposed landscaping would provide sufficient screening to mitigate offsite visibility or privacy impacts as sought after in the residential design guidelines. The commission requested representation of the heights of the proposed retaining walls to assess the visibility of the walls along Vaughn Road, and also sought greater detail in the degree to which proposed plantings would screen these walls. The retaining walls step up from 3 feet near Vaughn Road to 6 feet closer to the residence. And these sections also show the estimated forms of these proposed plantings after a 5-year growth period, most of which grow to approximately 3 to 4 feet in height. Staff finds that because these plantings will cover approximately half of the face of the retaining wall, they'll sufficiently shadow and introduce visual relief to break up the apparent wall height when viewed from below, which is also in keeping with the residential design guidelines. Finally, the commission encouraged the applicant to consider alternative plant species given the current limited availability of certain plants. And the applicant's landscape architect indicated that these plants specified are commonly available in the area and that their firm works with various brokers who can assist in seeking out these species. Staff finds there's sufficient time between the current meeting or project review and the time of landscape installation for plant availability to change and be less of a concern by the landscape installation. Staff received several public comments regarding the proposed tree removal for the project. One commenter discussed fire hazards and removal of trees to subdivide land to create new housing developments. This project is not a subdivision, will only result in 1 new single family residence. Additionally, all development applications are referred to the county fire district for comments prior to review by city hearing bodies. In its comments on this project, the county fire department did specify that the owner shall cut and remove all vegetation capable of being ignited and endangering the property. And further, the review of the project and approval by the fire department is a standard condition of approval prior to issuance of a building permit. The Lafayette Tree Protection Ordinance is intended to enhance the natural scenic beauty and provide habitat for wildlife, as well as encourage quality development within Lafayette. As previously discussed, the applicant is requesting to remove 14 protected trees as part of the development, and some degree of mitigation for removal of protected trees is required under the Tree Protection Ordinance. In section 6-1707G of this ordinance, which discusses tree replacement, the mitigation is calculated by providing 2 15-gallon trees for each 6 inches or its fraction of the diameter of the tree to be removed. Staff has recalculated the mitigation requirement and found that after adjusting the mitigation to exclude removal of the 2 large eucalyptus trees, the required mitigation shall be 58 15-gallon trees. And then further, after subtracting the native trees proposed to be part of the landscape plan, the remaining mitigation trees would be to be accounted for would be 39 15-gallon trees, which staff recommends be paid through in lieu fees. If the commission moves to approve the project tonight, staff requests a revision be made to condition 12 to update the mitigation requirement to 58 15-gallon trees. Staff is able to make all the required findings for this project and recommends the commission review the project, conduct a public hearing, and adopt Design Review Commission Resolution 2021-13, approving the project subject to conditions with a revision to the condition for tree removal mitigation. Staff is available for any questions.
Any questions for staff by commissioners at this time? Okay, I see none. So is the applicant ready to do their presentation?
Yes, I will. They are coming in.
Can you see me? There we go. We'll start the video. There I am. Hello. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Stephen Kubicek, and I'm the designer of the project. And we responded back with the plans that you with some drawings that you had requested, showing the cross section of the properties and that are adjacent to this property. I think the drawings speak for themselves, that there's a lot of area for mitigation in between the properties, and then a lot of mitigation already exists for privacy between the houses. I read through some of the correspondence from neighbors and from the community about trees and taking the trees out. And I just want to make a comment, and it's more of a general comment that applies to this, but it also applies in general, that Lafayette probably needs to start thinking about what the tree mitigation system is in Lafayette, because we are in a high fire zone. I'm on the north side of Lafayette, in the Glen Road area. On day after tomorrow, my insurance goes from $1,600 a month to $1,200 a year to $8,500 a year because of the fire hazard that we have here. So whereas everybody in Lafayette loves their trees, the reality is that it can't exist the way it is. There's too many trees, and they're not native, and that's not the way Lafayette was originally. So there's just been a lot of trees added over the years. So anyway, I just get off my soapbox here, and we'll go back to this project. And I do have some ideas if the commission is interested, because I did work with Orinda on their tree mitigation program when I was a resident over there and was on the task force to take care of that. But anyway, we won't go into that on this. We're just talking about this house today. I'm happy to answer questions for you, and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Armin or John, do we have any questions for Steve at this time? None. Okay, that opens us up to public comments. Do we have any additional public comments other than the written comments that were sent to us as part of the packet?
If you would like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand feature function on the bottom of your screen, or press *9 if you're calling in. There are no hands raised.
Okay, that opens it up for commissioners' comments. Who would like to start this evening's discussion?
I can start.
Thank you, John.
There is not really a lot to discuss here. I thank you for responding to our request to help us with the presentation to address privacy, our relationships to adjacent properties. I hope you understand that that's just a part of a review process we try to keep objective and keep a good record of. I think this is a good project, and I think you have addressed any concerns we have. So I thank you and have no further questions.
Thank you. Armin?
Sure. So I share the same comment as John had, and the main reason we asked for the project to come back was to show more documentation of the relationship between the building and the neighbors, and I don't have any privacy concern about the project.
Okay, thank you. And I share the comments of the other two commissioners. I think they've addressed our issues at this point in time. I am a little concerned about community comments that arise, but I think that they've been addressed, and unfortunately, like Steve said, is that I think we do need to reassess our tree mitigation ordinance in view of setback requirements from homes, as well as getting rid of some of the non-native species. So in any event, I agree with the resolution change on item number 12 to include the 58 mitigation trees. Do I have a motion to adopt the project with that caveat? John or
You're
Armin?
muted.
Sorry, I was muted. I will move to adopt the resolution, the draft resolution amended as Renata suggested regarding the tree mitigation.
Thank you.
Can I second that?
Thank you, Armin. All in favor, say aye. John?
Aye.
Armin?
Aye.
And Glenn is aye. Thank you. Don't do anything for 14 days. It's appealable. Okay, moving on to the last item, I guess, or next to last item. We have ARC volunteer for October 1st. I can handle that unless someone else is adamant that they want to take it. Okay, I have that one. Commissioners report. Do we have any reports to be made by commissioners? And lastly, staff liaison report. Do we have anything that's going on in other commissions that staff wants to make us aware of?
Not at this time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Is it our shortest meeting? Yes, 15 minutes. Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.